She was just a girl, a teenager who claimed she could hear the voice of God, and somehow, she changed history. Joan of Arc was a fearless and relentless warrior who marched straight into war and turned the tide against impossible odds. Men twice her age followed her into battle. Kings listened when she spoke. France itself began to believe again. But heroes don't always get happy endings. The king she fought for abandoned her. The English fought her like she was nothing. They called her a heretic, and in the end, they burned her alive. That is how history remembers. But what if history got it wrong? What if Joan of Arc never fell? In this Crusader Kings 3 campaign, I begin with absolutely nothing. No land, no title, no army, just a dream and a destiny. We'll rise from obscurity, fight as knights, earn glory on the battlefield, build an army powerful enough to shake kingdoms. And this time, I won't be betrayed. I won't be abandoned. France will kneel before its true ruler. Because this time, Joan of Arc doesn't die. She conquers, and I'm taking the throne of France. This is my character, Amber of Arc. Just like Joan, she has this skilled tactician education trait. I made sure to keep her under the 400-point limit to avoid any penalties. She's also hale and gallant, boosting her prowess and making her much more effective in combat. On top of that, she has the traits diligent, ambitious, and brave, which significantly increase both her martial and stewardship stats. On top of that, she starts in the County of Vaucouleurs, the very town that once supported Joan of Arc. In my first decision, I choose the men-at-arms. Both men have strong martial stats and solid prowess to back them up. Alright, now let's pick some armor. Something that makes me feel intimidating. Yeah, this one looks perfect on me. And here I am. Wow, these traits and stats are incredible. I'm the perfect medieval knight. Alright, before starting this adventure, I need to choose my lifestyle. With these stats, I should go martial, but no, I'm choosing stewardship. Why? Because of the huge advantages it gives me. First, I want to unlock golden obligations, so I can demand gold after successfully completing contracts, easy extra income. And then, see how it's done, which lets me earn gold every time I visit a point of interest. Since my goal is to rule France, I'm going to need a lot of gold to build a powerful army, and eventually overthrow the French king. When it comes to the camp purpose, I'm not going with swords for hire. But why Ember? Simple. Early on, we don't have enough followers to handle most contracts, especially the ones that require muster phases. That would slow me down and waste a lot of time. So instead, I'm choosing to become an explorer, to take on transport contracts that pay much more gold and don't require any muster phases. Alright, here's my first transport contract. Look at this. 101 gold coins just for escorting an emissary. Nice and simple, I assign Robert as caravan leader. He's the least terrible option. And we're off to London. Easy job. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no! The emissary is seriously ill. I'm sure he'll be fine if we just keep going. He only needs to make it to London, and then he's not my problem anymore. Finally, we made it to King Henry's court, and the envoy actually survived. I wasn't sure he'd make it, honestly, but here we are, London, and it was worth it. We get a hefty reward, plus 150 martial experience just for showing up. Alright, time to upgrade the camp. There are several buildings, but I start with the Roaring Campfire. That gives us 1 extra men-at-arms regiment. I'll also use that hook from the transport contract. I could ask for provisions or gold, but I'll ask for men-at-arms to start building up my army. Nice! I got crossbowmen. Not bad at all. Look at that damage, and they're strong in hills too. That's solid. Now we go to the Holy Roman Empire. Let's see what we find. This is one of the greatest advantages to play as Landless ruler. You can find people with very interesting traits. Look at this guy. His intrigue stats are amazing. Moreover, he's cheap. I hire him. I'll keep taking transport contracts. It's a safe way to earn steady gold. That way I can invest in camp upgrades and expand my men-at-arms. I'll stick to this strategy for now until I recruit more skilled followers. Now I'm building the proving grounds and my camp. This building lets me recruit a Master of Arms. This character can boost my men-at-arms damage by up to 40%. That's insane! A massive power spike! Alright, so the best way to find competent followers is to visit a castle holding where their camp is stationed. Since I'm looking for a Master of Arms, I'll head to the training grounds. Take a look at this character. He's got some really solid traits. Strong, agile, and his aptitude for the Master of Arms role is excellent. Perfect. I'm hiring him. Now, with this option, we can start filling up our men-at-arms regiments. Notice how, depending on our level of fame and devotion, we can recruit more or fewer soldiers from this castle. We can also use provisions to help reinforce our regiments if needed. And over here, in the tavern, you can find characters with incredible traits like this woman. She's great at intrigue, and she's loyal too. When opportunities like this show up, I don't hesitate to spend the money and bring them in. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow a ton, and there's a lot more Crusader Kings content coming. Alright, back to the campaign. Great! Now I have most of my camp positions filled by skilled followers I've just gathered. I'm only 18 years old, and we're already making serious money from transport contracts. On top of that, we've got over 350 men-at-arms, and they're high quality too. Alright guys, we can unlock a stewardship perk. And of course we're going for golden obligations. Now we can demand gold for any hooks we gain after completing a contract. Perfect timing. I just finished another transport job. Watch this. I can actually ask for extra gold using this hook on top of the reward I just got. Heh! We're going to be swimming in money. Alright, I'm going to request a regiment instead. No need to spend the gold for my contracts. Nice! We got heavy infantry. This unit has screening, which helps reduce troop losses if we lose a battle. That's actually really valuable early on. And now I've got a martial lifestyle perk available. Let's see, I think I'll go with Stalwart Leader to reduce the risk while leading armies in battle. Guys, here is a tip. You need to improve the traits you already have. For that, I'm heading to a university to upgrade my education trait. If I pull this off, I'll become an unmatched strategist on the battlefield. Let's see. Which university should I choose? I'll go with Cluny. Perfect. Let's head there. I am finally here, walking the hallowed halls of Cluny, revered seat of all knowledge of the Catholic world. I have so much to learn from the holy men and women who gather between these venerable walls. And what about all the ancient scrolls and books? Of course, major centers of culture are also active markets and offer all the distractions that a student could ever desire. Here, I have to focus on the decisions that will make my studies at the university more successful. Also, I have to keep in mind the level of stress those decisions could cause me. I must keep that under control. Fortunately, I have the diligent trait, so I'm confident to succeed in my studies. Great. Here I have the opportunity to boost my chances to succeed as well as to get a new follower for my camp. Okay, let's do this. I'm losing a lot of fame, but it will be worth it. Of course I volunteer. While I continue my studies at the university, a new lifestyle perk becomes available. Alright, I'm going with camp tax. It's not much, but it gives me some passive income. And I'm getting closer and closer to unlocking See How It's Done. They ask for more money. I guess I don't have any other choice. I hope it's worth it. Finally, I did it! Not only can I upgrade my education trait, I can also recruit my professors and unlock 2 martial lifestyle perks. What should I choose? The professors are pretty old. They won't stick around for long. Yeah, I think I'll leave them be and take the perks and the education upgrade instead. Look at this, guys, I did it. Now I've got the brilliant strategist trait. I'm going to be unstoppable on the battlefield. I'm taking on more transport contracts combined with golden obligations hook to recover from all the gold I spent during my university studies. And it's working. I'm making money again pretty fast. We're back on track, guys. Alright guys, we've got a solid number of competent followers now. We still need to increase our number of knights, and I should probably get a personal physician as well. We've got several followers with strong traits like martial, intrigue, prowess, all that good stuff. So yeah, I think it's time to start taking on more contracts that include phases. Alright, time to put my team to the test. I'm taking this contract to rescue a fair subject. I'll play it safe and choose the most balanced option between speed and success. Okay, let's assign our followers to each phase. Wow, look at this, guys. Look how strong this team is. The time for each intrigue phase is dropping fast. Remember, every phase increases our success chance and the number of keys. We need at least 5 keys to execute the scheme. And we're getting there quickly. Success chance is already looking great. Alright, we've got the 5 keys. Let's execute, and we did it. We rescued her and she has the beautiful trait. Even better, we can try to convince her to join us. Alright, now I'm building the supply tent in my camp. This will let me construct several sub-buildings with great bonuses that will improve my men-at-arms stats, provisions, and more fun stuff. Oh wait! The Pope just called a crusade! Wow, I'd love to join that. But I need to stay focused. My goal is the French throne, and for that, I have to keep building up my army. Alright guys, the moment has come. I'm in northern Italy, and my forces just keep growing. This feels like the right time to change my camp's focus. Now I'm choosing swords for hire. This will let me recruit an additional men-at-arms regiment, and it also unlocks special contracts to improve my martial skill and prowess, which I'll definitely need for the battles ahead. Like Hannibal, I stand in the Alps. Gazing upon Italy, I know my destiny awaits. There, on the horizon, Rome is calling me.